If you are a fan of the ink, there is an artist in Jamestown that creates the most lifelike portraits.
These are incredible. We want to show you more coming out of this spot. But first, ink superfan Cody Stark, you're in Jamestown showing us all of it. Good morning.
Yes, I mean, look at this. Look at this. His work is
Wow.
amazing. Absolutely amazing. You know, Robert Kincaid was the master of light. I think Troy is the master of grizzled.
Grizzled.
He nails grizzled like nobody's business. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
Let's meet Troy. Let me introduce you.
Look at that
Troy, thanks for having us out today, brother.
Kincaid, I just love him, so I'm not even close to that spectrum, but thank you.
Whatever. Okay, you just blew my mind. You didn't actually get into oil painting and painting until recently.
Yeah, probably 2020, before I even picked up a paintbrush. But I drew when I was a kid too. But Bob Ross, I love watching him.
It was like all
yeah,
of
I
us.
bought his paints, his brushes. I'm let me do this and landscapes, and then just tried to continue and learn a little bit as I went, you know. And then I think I would get bored if I just did the same style. So I'm always trying to try something different.
So were you originally working with like pen and ink or what?
Charcoals and pencils. So the charcoal ones are stuff that I really started with in pencil drawings and colored pencil. And then I started doing Bob Ross oil paints wet on wet, and then a little bit of acrylics, and then back to oils, and just started messing with a little bit of watercolor too. But we're always learning, and sometimes you'll throw away more than you actually do good, you know. But
Don't throw anything away.
they
Troy.
say not to, but sometimes
Don't do
it
it.
feels so good just to say, I'm so done with this, you know. But you should put it aside, right, for another day.
Okay, this shop is the coolest. It's the coolest, man. It's so bright. It makes you feel like you're at home.
Well, I told you my trick for my concept why it's so bright, because the older I get, the more light I need, right? So I like my lighting, and I compromised with Casey, my wife, so she said, all right, we'll do it. Get the old timer some light.
Now, what was this building before you guys took
This
over?
was the historic gold mining business, so they probably were here for almost 49 years, I believe. But any pictures that you pull up of Jamestown, they used to pan for gold out here, and it was a livery stable building, I believe, back in the day. But for the last 49 years before we got here, it was the gold mining and prospecting business. Yeah, it's here for a long
It
time.
kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense. Casey, this is lovely. This is lovely. What year did you guys open this up?
We just opened up 2.5 years ago, coming up from Pacifica down in the Bay Area, and we just absolutely love it in Jamestown. We live here, we work here, and we try to make this shop as homey as possible. And we like our artists always constantly working on artwork, and we're big believers in to be a good artist to makes you a better tattoo artist. And we love our shop here. It represents the Gold West town, and we're happy to have you guys here today.
I'm so excited. Now I'm going to toss it back to the studio, but I wanted to show you guys right back here the very first tattoo right here, January 1st, 2023. Who was that, Troy? Who was the first one?
Oh, that was Rick and Andrea from the Barn Rights Market here. They turned out to be very good friends and big supporters of us. They followed our journey until the day we started, and he was the very first customer that got here, and he brought that $2 bill on January 1st.
That is
Right
awesome.
after we got our license to get going, he was the first.
I love it. Okay, we're going to talk about art, and Troy said he would be kind enough to paint a little bit for us on the show today. So we're going to watch him paint, and we'll just kind of hang out. Back to you guys in the studio.
I
told you he had a story.
He does. He has
you.
a story. And I can't believe he didn't start painting until like 5 years ago.
I know.
That's bananas.
That's what's so wild to me.
Yeah.
And how good it is already.
Bananas.
Holy cow.
Bananas.
Okay. Well, some people are just born with it.
That's true.
You know, and he was. All right, Cody. Thank you.
Cody's getting a little art class this morning.
I am indeed. Oh, you're playing the Bob Ross stuff. That's
Yeah.
great. You're playing Bob Ross music. So we're at Triple R. And when you come in here, you know, you think you're getting a tattoo, but you're also going to see artists working on stuff. They're constantly doing art in here. So we're going to talk a little bit about art coming up. It built something special. Welcome back. We are at Triple R here in Jamestown. You've got to come down here. I'm telling you, the vibe in here is so cool. Okay, Troy's working on a painting right here, but I want to come down here and start this next segment with Jordan. Because Jordan is one of the artists here, but when you came in, what was going down?
Yeah, when I came in for my interview, the first thing I saw was Troy doing a watercolor, and Nikki was sketching in her art book. And I mean, if you go into a tattoo shop and there's artists working on stuff other than art, I feel like that's usually a good sign. So
Yeah.
I wanted to work here as soon as I saw that.
I
so.
don't blame you. I don't blame you. So what are you working on right now? Because this is kind of fascinating.
I'm doing linoleum carving. So what I essentially do is I go through and I cut out all the negative space, and then once it's all done, I roll it with ink, and then I transfer it onto paper.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'm totally digging this. Like, it's so cool to see everybody working on something. What are you working on right now?
I'm just doing a color pencil drawing.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Now, you told me the craziest story. You were 13 years old. Somehow you talked your parents into what?
Yeah, I talked my parents into getting me my first tattoo machine. I worked for it. I saved up the money. I got it off of Amazon. It was only $60. I think I got a pack of 6 of them. The rules were I couldn't tattoo my friends and I couldn't tattoo myself. It was fake skin only. Being 13, that did not happen. Somehow I got away with it. Not really sure how I pulled that one off.
As a parent, I'm terrified by that, but I'm glad they did, because you're very good at what you do. You're very good at what you do. Okay, Troy, what are you working on right here, my friend?
Hey, Cody. I'm just doing a little oil overlays on some acrylic painting that I'm working on, a little horse picture. Enjoying my afternoon or my morning, so to
It's
speak.
lovely, and you're a horse guy.
Yeah, I love my horses. Every time we can get a chance to get them out, there's 2 things I love, my horses and my artwork.
Yeah. Let's talk about this one right here. This is such a beautiful painting. You won an award for this.
Yes, sir. I don't know, that painting I painted for a friend of mine, Santos Mancada. He was an actual apprentice of mine years ago, and he took over our shop in Pacifica, and I painted that for his shop, and once in a while I'll bring it back just because I love it. But there's a story behind it that I didn't even realize was going to happen. It just feels like it has a lot of emotion, and I call it contemplating the reckoning for what she looks like she's going through or thinking about. There's a lot going on in that painting.
Okay, so very special. This area right here, you started out, and it was a mistake. And you wanted to get rid of that, and then it changed everything with it.
Well, that's the Bob Ross in me, right? There's no mistakes. They're happy accidents. So I got my underlays in acrylics, and I started putting in them, and I couldn't scrub out those harsh lines, which almost looked like flames to me. So as the painting continued, it looked like maybe something devastating happened to her. Maybe as a family or a village, something happened in the night, and she hid. A story kind of evolving from that, and she's now looking in the morning as the sun is rising at maybe the people that were responsible for the devastation, and she's contemplating what to do about it. That's kind of what I felt as I continued to paint with this, but it was a happy accident for sure.
It all started with a happy accident. I love that story, man. I love it. Okay, we're going to talk some more about art coming up. Don't go away. We got more of the big show, including with Troy and all the friends here at Triple R. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're live in Jamestown. Once again, if you have not been to Jamestown lately, there's a lot of new stuff kind of popping up here, but this is the place you got to visit when you come here. It's Triple R. So I just asked you, what's the R's and the Triple R?
Well, the R's are for me and my 2 boys. So I knew I was going to have 2 boys, and I knew what their names were going to be, and they were both going to be Ryans like me. So I got Troy Ryan, Jake Ryan, and Colin Ryan, and the Triple R's came from that.
There you go. Now we know the answer to that question. Okay, Troy. We were talking about therapy. We're talking about therapy, and I said you gave me a breakthrough, because I said, what are you thinking about when you're painting? What are you thinking about?
So what I'm thinking about when I'm painting, to me, it is complete meditation. So that's what I was telling you, right? It's the only time that I can break away from everything that's going on in the world or any stresses and bills that adults have, anything that's going on. You're painting, or when I get on the horses and I'm on the trail or I'm painting, that's my meditation time. It blocks everything out. It is truly the one time that I get mental break from everything.
Yeah.
And that's why before you leave, I'm going to hook you up,
Yeah.
River. We're
Yeah.
going to get to set up, and you're going to get back to painting.
He's setting me up so I can get back to painting, because I was like, the world is crazy. I need to just relax.
It is nice, too, to not have to paint and have to do a specific painting. Sometimes just loosen up and enjoy. See where it takes you. Remember I was telling you? So it's not so frustrating to be so detailed. See where it takes you. It truly feels good.
This is just something you're doing for fun?
Yeah, this one I'm doing just
You're
for
doing
myself.
fun,
I'm
but
going to be building on
people
it.
do come to you and say, hey, will you paint this for me?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I do commission paintings if you want portraits, horses, or I've done dogs and horses for people. This one specifically, I'm just keeping myself fresh. So when we're not tattooing, I like to have us and the artists in the shop. We're always doing some painting, you know?
Yeah.
It kind of keeps you loose.
Yeah. It is such a cool vibe, man. Like when you come in here, it's just like you feel the art. You
I appreciate it. That's how I feel when I'm with you. You're just our type. Come on in. I love the Johnny Cash shirt. Digging it.
Even your palette over here that you're working on, that is a beautiful piece of art, man.
It's a build-up. So typically, if you're doing portraits, I'm going to be a little more structured, right? So I'll have my blends just the way I need it, not so messy. But when I'm starting my underlays, I'm just laying paint just to see what happens and start to build it up from there. So it does kind of build up. And I like the look of it. It's kind of cool. It's always fun.
Yeah, I like it's built up and everything. I love it. All right, we'll show you around some more coming up next hour. Do not go away. Back to you guys in the studio.
Man, that artistic
Breakthrough in therapy.
So, listen, art will do that for you.
We will all take that for sure.
Yep.
Thanks, Code. All right, if you are a fan of the ink, there is an artist in Jamestown that creates the most lifelike portraits. So ink superfan Cody Stark hung out in Jamestown this morning considering a tattoo. Hey, Code.
Cody's Caravan, we came out to Jamestown, and you've got to come visit Jamestown. I'm telling you, there's a lot going on here in this cute little western town. But when you come to Jamestown, you got to go to Triple R. This is Troy. We've been hanging out all morning. This is gorgeous. Is this your horse or just a random horse you're doing?
Just a horse that I'm doing, a little Arab horse that I'm going to be painting. Just keep myself fresh.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. You have a way of showing life, like in these faces, especially this grizzled man right here. Man, I see the depth. I see that guy's life in his eyes, in his cheeks, and the wrinkles.
Thank you, Cody. The reason why I kind of did a rendition of that one that I had seen was because he looked like he could tell a story, huh?
Yeah.
He had looks like he had a life experience, that's for sure. But I enjoy it. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Is that a real dude?
I seen him referenced as an old timer sitting on a porch somewhere in Texas as a black and gray photo. So I thought I would actually do him just because he looked like he could tell a story.
Yeah.
So it is based on a reference. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's interesting. I didn't realize it.
Photo of an old timer. So it was kind of cool.
Where do you get your inspiration from?
You know, it really depends. So a lot of the Old West stuff I really like. I like a lot of nature. When I'm in nature or we're camping on a trip or a horsepacking trip, I'll take photos and maybe kind of get inspired for my landscape on that. And then a lot of the old Western legends, country singers, you know, that I really like to do.
Yeah.
Of course, you can see I really love Willie.
Yeah, you love Willie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Willie. Be a sad day when Willie's not with us, you know.
Man, I'm telling you, like, when I look at this one over here of Willie, I feel like he's in the room.
Thank you. Yeah, it does make me feel like that too. For such a different vision on color with stuff, sometimes they don't have to be so precise, but the colors kind of indicate the expression of what the artwork's supposed to look like and give you a good feeling too. So I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I love it. So you did a lot of pen and ink. You did a lot of, not chalk, but what's it called?
The charcoals.
Charcoal.
And some graphite. So charcoals, graphite, oils, acrylics. Just recently, some
I was going to ask you about the graphite to this with the art, with the oils and the acrylics, and then you don't stop there. You're constantly learning. Now you're trying to do watercolor.
Well, we're always trying, right? But watercolor has always been kind of a tough one for me. I haven't really messed with it too much. Nikki just bought me my first watercolor setup with my brushes and my art book that I'm going to be using. So I started messing with it and having a little bit of fun with that too, and didn't realize just how good that could be. And then colored pencil is always a fun medium too. You know, you never know.
You never know.
Different effects, right?
Yeah. I love it. I love how you're constantly.
I'm all over the spectrum.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of how I
love that.
feel. That's how I feel sometimes.
Now,
I never know where it's going to go. We just hope for the best. You know?
We just barely touched on that you actually do tattooing here because there's so much art going on.
Tattooing's been my staple. So since '89 is when we started tattooing, and the Triple R was evolved. We've been all over the area, from the Four Corners in Colorado, where I'm from, to Pacifica, to now Jamestown area, which we opened just recently in 2023 on January. But yeah, it's been something that's fed my family, and I've been able to make a living with that. And in between, I just love painting and doing artwork. I feel like it's kind of my breakthrough on something that gives me a little peace of mind, so to speak, you know?
I totally get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. I'm telling you, you got to stop in here, because if they're not tattooing, they're doing this stuff. And it is such a cool vibe. Triple R Tattoo in Jamestown. Come for a visit. Back to you.